Okay, these are overrun countries. This is 1943 to 44, United States. And it says down here, right here, so you can read it for yourself. During World War II, the annexed powers, headed by Germany, Italy, and Japan, overran many of the Allied countries and other friendly to the Allied cause. In order to publicize our sympathetic for these nations and our desire to liberate their people, the U.S. Post Office Department awarded the contract for the multicolor printing of these 13 stamps to the American Bank Note Company, the first time a private firm had printed U.S. stamps since 1894. So let me take you through all these stamps here. First we have Poland. They're all 5 cents. Czechoslovakia. Norway. There are 13 in all. I have one missing. Luxembourg. Netherlands is the one I have missing. Belgium. They just have the different flags on them. France. Greece. Not a different looking one, huh? Albania. Yugoslavia. Austria. Denmark. And Korea. Alright, I hope you've all enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more. And if you wish, you may always fan fund me. That's that little eye in the upper right hand corner, so I can find some more of these great finds and bring them right to you in video form. Alright, bye-bye now. Today we're visiting Erie in old vintage postage stamps. That's what's really cool, is you get to travel through old postage stamps. So let's get right to it. I like this one. This one seems to be very different. It's 1854 to 1859. Very nice stamp. I like it. That one caught my eye, as well as this first one right here. This is a 3P. Just simple. It has 1953 to 1954. 1 year. Very nice. And we have this one here. Don't know the value of this one here. Just looks like an old farmhouse. Very nice. Okay, and then we have two of these. They're 2.5. And we have a 3p. John Barry. And here we have a 2.5p. 1798 to 1948. You gotta look beyond just the picture and stuff, and you see the boat in the water and rough waters and stuff. Then on the other side. And we have a 2p. Very nice stamp. Okay, then we have a 2. And we have 1588 to 1657, a 3p. (1843 to 1943), a 1/2p. Look at this one, rather interesting. This is a 2.5. Very nice stamp. Has a 1940 something on it. 1845 to 19, I'm assuming might probably says 45. 1940 something. Post office mark is on top of it, so I can't quite see. Okay, and then the one that I found very interesting at the very beginning, 1854 to 1859. Very nice. That's a 2p. And then we have a 2.5p. It's always nice to travel through other countries through videos and stuff, so you can see what they've done and some of their history, looking at the architect, wondering, you know, what's behind some of these stamps. But they're all rather cool to see. I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more. Bye-bye now. Today we're bringing you 1940 U.S. stamps. Some of the great old postage stamps. Here we have a 1. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. James Russell Lowell. Mark Hobskin. Kind of see how well you can see this. Okay, maybe I need to back it up. Kind of cleared up in the book. Okay. Dr. Crawford Long, Luther Burbank. Is that 3 cents? Interesting, isn't it? Okay. Then we have James McNeil, Whistler. 2 cents. Augusta St. Gaudens, 3 cents. Okay. Samuel Morse, is it 2 cents? Of course, we have the Pony Express. How they got paid by the ounce. Quoting $5 on ounce. Wow. Wow. 1,900 miles ride took 10 days. Wow. Guess when you got mail, you were very happy to get it, huh? Okay. And we have this one here. This is a 3-cent stamp. That's the Expedition. Look at that. Really nice. What's really nice is that these were plates that were made. They weren't just pictures taken. Okay, let me get off to this one here. Pan American Union. 3-cent stamp. Gives you a little bit about it right there. And we move down to these more simple ones here. That's the 1 cent. And this one here for defense, at 2 cents. And this one here for 3 cents. Oops, then we're getting into 1941. Vermont statehood. And 42, the 3 cents here. Win the war stamp. 43, Allied Nations. And for freedom, 1 cent stamp. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more. Bye-bye now. Today we're visiting Australia to bring you some of the older or unique stamps. So let me take you right to it. Here we have a 2.5D. This is where you look beyond the picture and see the background and stuff, because you can see, you know, it's farmland. You can see an eagle, you can see a cattle Beautiful picture. Okay, here we have 1963, a Christmas stamp from Australia. Simple and elegant. Then we have this one here. 1/6. It's one of the older ones, I believe. The same with this one here. And here we have a 2D. Part of South Australia. Beautiful. You get to see some of the architect. It's always nice to see. Okay, of course the bird. 60. It's a pack of 4. Then we have produce food. Ah, it says butter right there. See that? 3D. Actually put butter on the stamp. There they are in the parlor. Oh, maybe that's where the barns are. Almost looks like a parlor for us. Milking parlor. For them it may be just the barn. Here's a 4D. Then we have a 2p. That's one of the older ones. And we have 5 cents. Cute bird. Then we have a 3.5D. Here we have a 4D. This is 1859 to 1959. Beautiful architect. Okay, and here's a 19, looks like 51. Beautiful stamp. Definitely different. Here we have a 4 cents. 150 years of banking. 1817 to 1967. Ah, this produce has wheat, while the other one had butter. 3.5. Here we have a 1.5. Oops, excuse me. Here we have a 45¢. Look at that. Isn't that cool? These are some of the animals that are starting to get extinct. That's beautiful. Maybe that one already is. I don't know. Maybe my Australian friend will let me know. As this one here, 45 cents. So maybe between the two of them, they may be on a stamp for a reason. Awful cool to see, though. Like to see that person, huh? Here's an 80D. A couple of characters here. And then we have a few right here at the beach. 45 cents. Life-saving. 1894 to 1994. These are the newer ones. Alright. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more. Bye-bye now. Okay, this morning we're going to take you through some 1938 U.S. stamps. I'll take you through all of them. Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, Martha Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, John Quincy Adams, 6 cents. James Monroe, 5 cents. The White House, 1.5 cents. James Madison, 4 cents. Andrew Jackson, 7 cents. Martin Van Buren, 8 cents. William Henry Harrison, 9 cents. John Taylor, 10 cents. James K. Polk, 11 cents. James Buchanan, 15 cents. Franklin Pierce, 14 cents. Ah, that one's a missing one. I'll have to find that one. Okay. Millard Fillmore, 13 cents. Zachary Taylor, 12 cents. Abraham Lincoln, 16 cents. Andrew Johnson, 17 cents. These two you don't see so often. Ulysses Grant, 18 cents. That one's a missing. James Garfield, 20 cents. Then up here we have William McKinley, 25 cents. Theodore Roosevelt for 30 cents. William Harding Taft, 50 cents. Woodrow Wilson, $1. George Washington, 1 cent. Again, Martha Washington, 1.5 cents. John Adams, 2 cents. Thomas Jefferson, 3 cents. John Quincy Adams, 6 cents. Okay, then we have Northwest Territory for 3 cents. Iowa Territory for 3 cents. 1638 to 1938. 100-year, nice one. That's a pretty one. Okay, and then we got this one here. Washington Inauguration. 3-cent stamp. Washington taking the solemn oath as the President of the United States on the balcony of Federal Hall in New York City. Okay, then this one here is rather unique too. Panama Canal, 3 cents. Have to ship between the two. Okay. And then the 50th anniversary of the statehood. Alright. I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more very interesting stamps. Alright, bye-bye now. Today we're bringing you vintage, some are very old and rare, postage stamps from Egypt. Okay, so let me take you through them all. Here we go right here with a 1. Now this one's also a 1, but for some reason, I don't know, I just feel like maybe 2 different ones. They may be the same, just that one was more faded, but I seem to think that the one on the right, the face is bigger and it comes more forward, like a closer picture. I'm not sure, but these are both 1s. Okay, here we have a 2. See how the faces have a little bit of difference in them. Here's a 2. Very different. Here is a 5. Here's another 5. So these are both very different, but yet they're both 5s. They're both in red, so it's all in the ink and how it was printed. The one on the right you can barely see, but it's actually the same as the one on the left. All in the printing of the ink. Okay, and here is another 5. Okay, and then here we go with the 2. A 5. You notice the different letters, FR on the upper right hand and left hand corners. And there's a different style for the 6. So I think that some of these that I just showed you may be rather rare from the beginning of time for stamps for them. Here's a 30. Then here's another 30. Same picture, it's just the difference in the ink. Okay, then here we have a 5. Here is a 1. Ships on the water. This one I'm not sure. Just service stamp. So if you know something about this one, go ahead and leave it in a comment. Kind of curious as to the value, you know, was it a 2 cents or 5 cents? I'm sure it says it, just I can't read what it would say. All stars in all four corners. Okay, then here we have a 2. Look at that. Very nice. And we have a 15. Here we have a 10. The post office stamped it with a crown. Look at it. It's got a crown on it. Beautiful. Crown really showed up pretty, didn't it? This is on a 10-cent one. Okay, then we have a 40-cent. A 20 cents. Another 20 cents. Oops, and that's it. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more very rare, interesting. I mean, they're nice to just look at, to see how they used to make stamps. It's all historical, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Bye-bye now. Today we are bringing you some old, and some of these are rare, U.S. stamps from 1926 to 1934. Alright, let's start with these up here. Here's the 1 cent. Here's a 10 cents. Kind of just in the black and white. Then we have the 3 cents. Look at this. Beautifully designed. And here. 1634 to 1934. Okay, then we have the 2 cents here. Just the valley there. Or canyon. Then the 2 cents, 1776 to 1926, the Liberty Bell. 2 cent stamp. Here we have a 3 cent stamp. 1634 to 1934. Look at all that. They made these into plates before they put them into stamps. It's not just a picture. That's some good craftsmanship. Okay, then we have 1733 to 1933. 3 cents. That's a general. Then a 2 cent Washington. 1732 to 1932. Then again, Washington. 3 cent stamp. Okay, and then we have this 2 cent stamp. 1781 to to 1934. And this one had to go through printing twice, once to do the red and then the other to do the black and white, and to make sure that the pictures ended up exactly where they're supposed to be. Look at the hairdo, huh? That's a very nice stamp in good condition here. Okay, 1.5 cent Washington, 1732 to 1932. Here we have it. Arbor Day, 2-cent stamp. Here we have a 5-cent stamp, 1783 to 1933. Here's a 20-cent stamp. Here's the ship on the water. Here we have a 3-cent stamp, Daniel Webster. (1762 to 1932). Oh, look at this one. This is nice. You don't see this one very often. Okay. Looks like 1355 to 1930. Something 55 to 1930. Wow, that's a nice stamp. I like that one. Very different. You don't see this one very often either. In good condition. Maybe it's 1855 to 1930. 2-cent stamp. Okay. Then we have this one here. 3-cent stamp. Athletic stamp. 1932 it says. Okay, then this one here is 1730 to 1930. 2 cents. It almost looks like a nickel. 2-cent stamp. And then we got a 4-cent Taff. U.S. stamp. Oh, look at this one. 1680 to 1930. Wow, look at that. Very nice stamp. This is another one of those that are rare. You don't see too often. If you know the value of some of these, please leave it in a comment. Share with the rest of us. Okay, here's a 2-cent one. Let's see, 1776 to 1926. And this 2 cents here. The general. 1748 to 1779. Hmm. Okay, then here is Washington, 1732 to 1932. Okay, and this one here, 1630 to 1930. Oh, wow. Now this is another one of those that are rare. You don't see that many of these either. That's in relatively good condition. Look at that. A really nice one there. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more. If you wish, you may always fan find me. That's the little eye in the upper right hand corner. And I'll find some more of these great finds and bring them right to you in video form. Alright, have a nice day. Bye-bye. Today we're bringing you old and rare vintage postage stamps from Canada. This one I think is very, very interesting. Look at the beauty of that. It's a 4-cent stamp. Beautiful. I mean, even what looks like a shadow on the top there, you can see there's a house, like a village, and back there on top. Beautiful postage stamp. Alright, let me show you what else we have from Canada. First we have this one here. He's just stamped on a card, which most likely was a postcard. A 1/2 cent. Then we have 1910 to 1960, 5 cents Canada stamp. Another 5-cent stamp. Beautiful picture. They do look good in blue, don't they? You have a beautiful blue stamp. And we have a 5-cent stamp here. Of a nurse. And of course a 2 cents little bear. Can't leave him out. He's going to join the group too. And we have a 20 cents. Look at that, harvesting the fields. Nice one. Okay. And here we have our 5-cent stamp. 9 cents. Bill. A little corner missing, was not printed in the center of the stamp. Then here we have a 2 war tax 2-cent stamp. This is a war tax stamp. Okay, there's a 2-cent stamp. It says 2 cents. The corners say 2, but on this picture it almost looks like 1TC, like one. Don't know what that means. If you know, leave it in a comment. Looks like 1T and then the cent sign, but yet it's a 2-cent stamp. Interesting, isn't it? Different than what I've seen. Oh, that other one was a bill stamp. That's what it is. Bill stamp. Because that's what this one is, a bill stamp. Canada bill stamp. a 1 cent. And we have a 5-cent stamp. A 3-cent stamp. And of course the one we brought to you at the very beginning, that's just beautiful. 4-cent stamp. Here we have a 50-cent stamp. A 1-cent stamp. $10-cent stamp. With the Canadian leaves all on it. Here we have a 1-cent stamp. This one here is a 2-cent stamp. It says 1939 on it. And this 4-cent one, Citizen Canada Citizen stamp. Another 4-cent stamp here. Here's an air cent, 7 cents, air cents. Look at all the airplanes on it, huh? 2 on the ground, 3 in the air. Okay. Now this is 1608 to 1908. 1-cent stamp from Canada, from Quebec. That is a very interesting one, isn't it? Look how they're dressed. Very interesting. Allowing you to see closer details of this stamp. I think this is a very rare stamp. Very nice. Okay, 10 cents. And another 10 cents. Okay, so we have 2 very interesting. This one's very interesting, and so is that one right there. So this one may be more elegant, but I have a feeling that this one may be the more valuable. So if you know, go ahead, leave it in a comment, let me know all about it. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and if you wish, you can always fan find me, which is that little eye in the upper right hand corner, so I can find some more of these great finds and bring them right to you in video form. Alright, bye-bye now.